Counting on proof, Jinger Duggar is Michelle's favorite child. Counting on alum, Jinger Duggar Vuolo is known for her attempts to expose the questionable teachings of the IBLP. The 30-year-old wrote a book titled Becoming Free Indeed, in which she talks about her challenging past growing up in the strict core values of Bill Gothard. But despite her actions, some fans think Jinger is still Mitchell's #1 child. Keep reading to see why. Counting on. Jinger Duggar reunites with family in Arkansas. Jinger recently took to Instagram to share pictures from her trip to Arkansas last month. The Counting on alum attended Jana and Steven's wedding last month. According to her, she took the opportunity to spend some time with her family while she was in Arkansas. Jinger took photos with her siblings whom she hadn't seen in a while, such as James, Jennifer, Joseph, Josie, and Jill. Jinger moved to Los Angeles with Jeremy in 2019. The married couple recently announced that they relocated into a new home that was previously owned by the Masters University and Seminary, where Jeremy works as a pastor. Fans think Jinger is Michelle's #1 child. Some Redditors react to Jinger Duggar Vuolo's latest IG post featuring photos with her family in Arkansas. One of the pictures shows Jinger and Michelle looking so happy together. According to the poster, it shows the Counting on alum is still loved by her parents despite her attempts to expose their church. Meanwhile, some pointed out that Jinger carefully explained her issues with the IBLP in her book without harming the image of her family, which is far from what Jill and Derek did, as they exposed all the dirty secrets of Jim Bob. Several commenters also speculated that Jinger may be the most beloved child of Michelle for how close they were whenever they reunited. Jinger seems to be Meech's #1 kid. I think that buys her a lot of leeway. Plus, she's been very careful to criticize the cult more than her family. It'll be interesting to see if the welcome lasts once she stops making money out of telling half the story and needs to talk about the rest of it to keep the bills paid. Exactly. Jinger is Michelle's favorite, and because of this and not rocking the boat on criticizing her family, she is allowed at the TH as long as they profit and keep up appearances known as publicly outed Perm and JB. The Duggars believe their lifestyles prove that their cult is the truth. Money and fame is their religion. On top of what everyone else has said, I think the distance helps. Jing and Germ are so far away that their visits are less frequent. Counting on was Jill Duggar also at the big house. Jinger Duggar Vuolo also shared a photo with Jill wearing casual outfits. It's unclear where the photo was taken, but there's a possibility that Jill was also at the big house for the post-wedding celebrations of Jana and Steven. Jill previously stated that she's hoping for things to get better between her and her parents. However, many Counting on fans think it's far from happening, especially after Jill and Derek accused Jim Bob of lying about their family income, which could put him in trouble with the IRS. While the Duggar family, popularized by their long-running reality TV series 19 Kids and Counting, is known for its tight-knit structure, there has long been speculation about whether Michelle Duggar, the matriarch, has a favorite child. One name that often comes up in discussions is Jinger Duggar Vuolo. Fans and observers of the family have pointed to several instances that suggest Jinger might indeed be Michelle's favorite. Though the Duggars emphasize equality and fairness in their relationships, subtle signs over the years, as well as more recent developments, hint at a special bond between Michelle and Jinger. 1. Jinger's personality and independence stood out from early on. Jinger Duggar was different. While many of the Duggar children were contents to follow the strict guidelines of the family's conservative Christian upbringing, Jinger showed signs of curiosity and a desire to explore the world beyond the limits imposed on her. Michelle, as the mother of such a large family, undoubtedly appreciated Jinger's individuality, even if it occasionally clashed with the family's expectations. In many of the episodes of 19 Kids and Counting and its spin-off, Counting On, Jinger was portrayed as the artistic, free-spirited child, often engaging in photography or talking about her love for big cities. While some of her siblings gravitated towards more traditional roles within the family, Jinger's desire for independence may have made her stand out in Michelle's eyes. A parent with as many children as Michelle might naturally gravitate towards a child whose interests are unique and who brings a fresh perspective to family life. 2. Michelle supported Jinger's marriage to Jeremy Vuolo when Jinger began courting Jeremy Vuolo, a former professional soccer player turned pastor. Many fans saw this as a turning point in her life. Jeremy was not only more cosmopolitan than many of the men in the Duggar family circle, but he also encouraged Jinger's more modern and adventurous tendencies. Some speculated that Jinger's decision to move away from her Arkansas roots and embrace a more urban lifestyle, eventually settling in Los Angeles, could have caused friction with her conservative parents. However, rather than showing disapproval, Michelle appeared to support Jinger's choices. In interviews and social media posts, Michelle often expressed admiration for Jinger and Jeremy's relationship. While the Duggar family is known for their strict courtship rules, Michelle seemed to have a more relaxed attitude toward Jinger's life with Jeremy. This support, even when Jinger started to embrace less traditional values, indicates that Michelle may have had a deeper connection with Jinger, rooted in understanding and respect for her unique path. 3. Jinger's role as the middle child. As one of the middle children in the Duggar family, Jinger grew up in an interesting position. Being neither the eldest, responsible for setting an example for the younger siblings, nor the youngest, who naturally attracts attention, Jinger had to carve out her own identity. Middle children in large families often develop a strong sense of independence and creativity, characteristics that Jinger has displayed throughout her life. Michelle, who was undoubtedly stretched thin with so many children to care for, may have found comfort in Jinger's independence. It's plausible that Michelle appreciated having a child who could entertain herself, think outside the box, and embrace a different perspective, all while still maintaining the core family values. This balance of independence and adherence to certain family traditions could have endeared Jinger to her mother in a unique way. 4. Michelle's public praise for Jinger. In several interviews and family gatherings, Michelle has publicly praised Jinger for her creativity, kindness, and maturity. Michelle often speaks highly of all her children, but her comments about Jinger seem to carry an extra layer of pride. One notable example came in an interview where Michelle described Jinger as someone with a sweet spirit and an open heart, always eager to serve others. While these are qualities Michelle has admired in all her children, her words about Jinger often seem more heartfelt. Additionally, in social media posts and family updates, Michelle has frequently singled out Jinger for her accomplishments, particularly after Jinger's move to Los Angeles. Michelle's support of Jinger's somewhat non-traditional life choices, such as moving away from the Duggar compound and pursuing a more modern lifestyle, suggests that she sees Jinger's journey as something to be celebrated, rather than a departure from the family's values. 5. Jinger's memoir and Michelle's reaction. In 2023, Jinger released her memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, where she shared her journey of questioning and eventually moving away from the strict teachings of Bill Gothard, the controversial religious figure whose ideas heavily influenced the Duggars. While some might have expected Michelle to react negatively to her daughter's public departure from these beliefs, her response was remarkably supportive. Michelle did not criticize Jinger for her decision to share her personal struggles or for distancing herself from the family's religious practices. Instead, she expressed pride in Jinger for speaking her truth and for the grace with which she navigated such a sensitive topic. This level of acceptance and understanding from Michelle is a significant indicator of the deep bond between her and Jinger. 6. Jinger's spiritual maturity.